Cowboy Jim up here in Fort Mac. Going to try to do a video that's not as long as the last one. That took me quite a bit of time to recover from having done. So this video is a simple, hopefully not too long, simple YouTube video. Of course, always, as always, God may well interject, and if he does, I'll listen, and if he doesn't, video probably won't be any good. I'm not kidding. I'm serious. Okay, the title. I'm not waiting until the end of it to tell you. The title is The Preacher and the Teacher. That's a gift that a friend of mine at work gave as a suggestion, not of one of my YouTube videos, but the man at Negan, the company that I work for at present, he was my supervisor. He's above supervisor, trust me. And it was his 11-year-old son that saw Cowboy Jim written on the tailgate of my pickup, my big Dodge. It was running. Novel idea. It's not right now. But we're every time something goes wrong with that beautiful old truck, I just get her fixed. And one day I'll probably have a brand new truck out of it. Okay. Anyways, that 11-year-old son of my up the food chain beyond supervisor saw my truck. That man. Well, one day as we were working, he said, I gotta get someone on the stupid dozer. I said, well, I run dozer, eh? And he just kind of looked at me. I said, listen, I run dozer. Simple. Not much experience. Don't hardly have any. And so he said, okay, get on the dozer. And so I got on the dozer. And I said to God, as I was getting on the blessed dozer, well, I need you to help remind me of what I learned in school, how to run a dozer. He did. About 12 minutes later, that wonderful man, he come walking over to me. I saw him coming. I dropped the blade. I dropped the ripper. And I turned the stupid machine off. And opened the door. He said, I thought you told me you could run a dozer. I said, well, I can. He said, but everybody says that. He said, everybody says that they can do this, they can do that. But he said, you really can run a dozer. I said, thank you. I thought he was going to put me off the dozer, eh? He said, look out there. And he said, that last pass you made was perfect. I thought, whoa, keep talking, brother. Preach it. Oh, that was so much fun. Okay, he's the teacher. Okay. Some people might think that I might fulfill the role of a preacher. Well, yeah, hey, to each their own. Man was standing there. I said, not too terrible bad on a dozer. I said, I'm better on a hoe. A lot better. He said, What? I said, did I not tell you? I said, I went to heavy equipment school. I said, I run everything. He said, but you really run a hoe? Well, next day he had me on a hoe. I pounded dirt. Whoa, did I pound dirt. He said, I have never met anyone who just is out of school. Well, shoot, 71 or 2. Shoot, 72. Hey, I mean, heavy equipment school. I went when I was 66 or 67 years old. I wanted to learn. I mean, so I prayed, talked to God. How do you do this? That sort of questions. And at least in that last video, you will understand. If you watch that 32 blessed minutes, whoa. If you watch that video, you will understand more about how God can speak to you, how he does speak to me in my heart. I mean, it's just like an exchange of thoughts. Well, that's what God does when I'm running equipment. He just helps me out. And I had told this wonderful teacher, I said, man, you have got to do videos on your lessons that you have imparted to me. You have taught me so blessed much. He was a guy I backed in one day way too quickly. I mean, all the other trucks were all getting stuck in the sand, and I kind of thought, not going to happen. Well, I really backed up, and it scared that man. He was parked 100 yards away. Okay, so he wasn't afraid of being run over. He was afraid that I'd flip the truck right over backwards if I hit a soft spot. So he told me that story. About the truck standing up on its rear end, and I told him the solution to it. Well, he and I have had a lot of fun. He complimented me due to God's teaching me how to run equipment. He complimented me every blessed time I turned around. We went over to on hoe especially, okay, because I really got nervous and screwed up my dozer work. It only took about 5 minutes, and I was so pumped and excited and all that junk that anyways, it didn't work out good. And but running hoe, I did that a lot with him. But anyways, we went over to a pile, and he said, I need you to load trucks or something. I can hardly remember what I was doing on the stupid thing, but anyways, I think it was loading trucks with gravel. And he said, at the end of the day, I want you to seal up the pile. Very simple. I didn't know what he meant, because I went to school, but they don't teach you everything. I mean, my instructors were from Fort Mac. I mean, they were good. I said, sir. He said, you see, and he pointed to a pile across the way. He said, that's terrible. I don't want you leaving this pile looking that bad. He said, I want you to have no sharp corners on the pile. I want you to take your bucket and compress so that the water can't soak in. So he told me exactly what he wanted. If I am told what a person wants, I take and God and I, we have fun. I mean, God does not allow me to read somebody else's mind. So I have to have someone tell me how in the world or what in the world they want me to do. So anyways, hey, I pounded dirt. I did apparently exactly what he said. Well, I understood what he wanted. I mean, I had a perfect example across the yard of how not to do it. And so I did. I did exactly what he said. And I took the hoe down off and so on at the end of the shift and shut her off and climbed in with him. And he said, look at that. Just look at that. He said, you did exactly what I said. I said, yes, sir. Well, he said, I think that's fantastic. I said, sir, you can't give me credit for doing what you told me how to do. I said, if I understand, I can pound dirt. He said, I've never met anyone like you. Well, hey, how about yourself? You ever met anyone as out there as much as I am? Probably not. I mean, on Heartland, I was on Heartland, the TV show, 4 blessed times. The director came over one day and said, Jim, don't come back. I said, you gotta be kidding. I really thought I'd been well behaved. He said, you're not forgettable. I said, you gotta be kidding. I said, I spent my whole life trying to blend in. He looked at me real close. I don't know if he knew I was joking or not, because I don't want to blend in. He said, you failed. He said, don't come back to Heartland. I said, okay. Hey, a little hard in my sensitivity, let's say. Okay. You might ask, what in the world hey, whoa, 12 minutes. I'm going to try to do a short video, okay? Not like that last mind bender. But I know now what God was wanting me to say. He was wanting me to give you a demonstration of how he communicates with me. Some people would think I need another mental health assessment, but hey, I still have the copy of the other one that I passed, which is good. Okay. Why is it so important for me to make certain that you know how to be at peace with God? Because you see, if I know, and I do know, okay, studied scripture enough, I should know, and I don't share with you, there is an onus of responsibility on me that I want removed, going. And so I do the preacher part. And my teacher, who has taught me so much, and I mean that man has taught me, and for you who don't know this story, he picked me up at the end of a shift one day, and he said, Jim, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. And Leslie and I were both sitting in the back seat, and there was a lady sitting in the front. Hey, my brother Leslie, haul truck driver, friend. And he said, yes, Jim. He said, you know, I was talking to my 11-year-old son in Edmonton last night. I said, cool. And he said, I told him, I said, I sure wished you could meet the cowboy that works for me. And the 11-year-old, I know his name. I'm not going to use it. Anyways, I'm going to take that under advisement. And he said, he said, my son said, you don't mean Cowboy Jim, do you? And the dad said, Yeah. The kid says, what does he do for you? Well, the dad said, he works for me. He runs my equipment. And the kid says, Cowboy Jim. And my boss, he said, how do you know Cowboy Jim? And the kid said, everybody knows Cowboy Jim. I thought, whoa. And the dad said, what do you mean? And his son said, everybody knows Cowboy Jim. Apparently, 11 and 12-year-old guys and gals, I hope, are paying attention to my YouTube stuff. I'm telling you what I did after that. I reviewed every video that I could, and I deleted every one that did not stand up to the test of an 11-year-old watching, because I'm pretty rugged. Yeah, you wrong side. Oh, there. Yes, I am rugged. That's the way I developed. That's the way God has allowed me to behave, because God is not interested in people who are doormats. I remember one guy, I went to church with him. I'd always ask him every Sunday, how you doing? He would say, I'm nice. I thought, that was hard for me to handle. Nice. Hey, rough, rugged. Not nice. Find another statement, son. That's what he chose to use in response to how y'all doing. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh, this is cool. So, God loves you. This may be the only video that someone ever watches, so I'm going to do as I always do and say this. You're going to live till you die. Only you can determine where you spend eternity by saying a simple prayer. It goes like this. Your words, not mine, okay? They're my words. God, please forgive me. I accept that Jesus Christ is your Son, that he did suffer, bleed, and die on the cross for my sins. I am so sorry for having lived the way I have. Help me to live the way you would have me to live. I thank you. And God bless you. Okay? I'm going to stop this real quickly. This is going to be a record. Thank you.